My guest today is Sherin Aminossehe. She's an architect by training, but she's now Director of Infrastructure at the Ministry of Defence. Previously, she was head of the commercial office business at Lend-Lease, and before that, she was Chief Executive Officer at the Government Property Unit. But what I really wanted to talk to her about today was her astonishing tour de force in delivering a wonderful architectural drawing every single day during lockdown. And I think we're getting close to the 100th drawing, aren't we, Sherin? What number are you on today?
Yeah, Saturday will be day 100. So today I think is day 97. So not long to go.
That's amazing, because I mean these aren't just little rough sketches, they're pretty serious architectural drawings. Can you show us a couple?
Yeah, so this was yesterday's, which is the Reform Club.
On Twitter. It's amazing.
Thank you, that's really kind. So that was the Reform Club, asked for by Peter McRae, who can't go to his club basically. I'm just sort of taking out random ones. This is Lichfield Cathedral. And I've been learning along the journey as well. So I didn't know what the cathedral in Lichfield looked like. And I didn't even know Lichfield had a cathedral. So, and this was near where I live. It's the theatre just on Sloane Square. So it's the Royal Court. But yeah, so I've been learning an awful lot from people as I've gone around the world with their requests and done the drawings.
So each one is a request from a friend or acquaintance who has a particular interest in that topic?
Or actually, some of them are now from people that I don't know. So I would say about 40% are people who I've never met before, nor really know, which is also quite nice. So it's gone broader than my immediate circle, which is probably the power of social media, really.
So you've obviously got quite a busy job to do anyway, day job. How long do they take to do?
It takes probably on average about 3.5 hours for each drawing, but it's got quicker as the process has gone on. So it starts very early in the morning with just set up and starting up the sort of main basic structure of the drawing. And then I usually try and take a lunch break in the middle of the day, so more drawing in lunch break. And then the drawing's finished after I log off at around 6 o'clock. And depending on its complexity, can take a little bit longer after that to finish off and colour in. Ready in time for posting, usually about 10 o'clock in the evening. And then I log back onto my laptop and do the rest of my emails.
It's fantastic, but I mean, you've always drawn, haven't you? I've seen lots of sketches you've done in the past, none quite so intense as this. But tell us about your drawing history, as it were.
I've always loved drawing from a very, very early age. Although oddly enough, I probably drew less when I was a proper architect as opposed to a slightly lapsed one. And I think that's partly because I definitely had one boss who said to me that I couldn't draw, and well, don't worry, Sherin, not everyone can draw as an architect, sort of there, dear. And I suppose it slightly put me off, and it was also the day job. So it wasn't actually until I became a civil servant and left design really behind to a certain extent that I started actually carrying a sketchbook with me again. But ever since having my son, there isn't really that much time except for the usual Christmas card. So when my husband and I go out for our date night once a week, obviously can't now do that because of lockdown, I always took my sketchbook and a pencil roll. So we'd go to quite a smart restaurant and I'd sort of shove the plate aside and roll out the pens and just start drawing. And it had various reactions. Some of the smarter places would have a sort of minor heart attack as to what was going on, but they'd always be incredibly polite about it. So I tried to keep up the one drawing a week. But since lockdown, obviously, there's no restaurants to go to, nothing to do. I thought, well, wouldn't it be a good discipline just to start doing a drawing a day, even if it's something like a flower or something? And I started with a flower and quite minor. And I never expected it to go any further than that. And then the first request came in, which I really wasn't expecting. And then I thought, well, I'll open it up. And then more requests came in, and I wasn't expecting that either. And then people started saying, well, do you want to take donations to this? And I hadn't given it really much thought, and it took me ages to come up with a charity. But it sort of went on from there. And I get my art from my mother, who's a brilliant artist, and she's much better at handling colour and so on and so forth than I am. But I've learned an incredible amount from her, and it's due to her, really.
I mean, I can't believe a previous boss would have said your drawing wasn't any good, because these are incredibly competent architectural drawings, I think. And I mean, I hope that wasn't Terry Farrell, who you used to work with and who was no mean draftsman himself.
Yeah, Terry was an amazing artist. No, I'm not going to say who it was.
Now, I mean, I believe you're looking to auction at least one of these, or maybe more, for SAFA, the Armed Forces charity. So can you tell us, if somebody wants to make a bid, how do they do that?
Sure. I decided to go simple. So day 100 in 4 days' time currently has a bid of £200 on it. So if anyone wants day 100, they get the drawing and obviously have their choice of what is drawn for that day. Obviously, I need to know the night before, or at least the morning. And I'll do that for them. And it's probably actually worth saying now that on day 100, I will be saying that I'm going to open the list for one last time, because obviously lockdown is easing and this was always going to be a lockdown project. So I'm going to open the list for one last time for 72 hours, take final requests. And when those requests are finished, however many they are, she says fingers crossed, then it will be the end of that. But I'm hoping to do an exhibition when a certain degree of normality returns, and sell the drawings off for charity. And also maybe do a book for charity as well, if people are interested. I'm also working with SAFA that there might be e-cards, for example, and posters for sale on some of those. So that would be really, really exciting.
Yeah, so do you know where the exhibition is going to be yet? Because that sounds really something worth going to.
I have had a promise that it's of a particular place centrally, but they haven't said it openly, so I better not, just in case they've changed their mind since the conversation. But yes, I have a potential venue. Okay,
and what's the link for people who want to make a bid? Where do they go to for that?
Just go to my Twitter account, which is @Archidame, and send me a direct message or send me a tweet, and I will answer.
Fantastic. Well, I'll put a link at the end of this interview so that anyone who's forgotten that can do so. So just on another topic, I believe now you've been appointed as race champion for the department. Now, this obviously, in present circumstances, a very significant, important role. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Just probably a little bit, but obviously, as somebody who's an ethnic minority myself, diversity is really, really important to me. And I think diversity is critical in all manner of things, not just from a moral imperative, but from a broader, that the more diverse an organisation is, the better it can function. And so I'm taking over from the previous diversity champion, who has now gone on to Treasury. And I think it's a good time to make a difference and work on diversity in defence.
Yes, that is now major changes happening, isn't it? Right across the board, and NLA is doing what it can to help the architectural profession become more diverse, and indeed make sure that we are more diverse ourselves as an organisation. Now, just one last point: you, as you say, you did the drawings for friends who chose a subject. Now, you very kindly drew the City of London for me. I mean, can I buy it now, or do I have to wait till the exhibition and buy it then?
I think it depends. There have been one or two people who I, especially earlier on in the process, who had wanted to donate to particular charities and made substantial donations. So those drawings have been very much promised to them. So we can talk about that offline.
Well, Sherin, thank you very much indeed, and congratulations. I mean, it really is a wonderful project you've undertaken. Excellent drawings, and really look forward to seeing them all hung in the gallery, whichever gallery that might be. So thank you very much indeed.
It's actually been a real privilege as well. So it's for me a bit of relaxation, but it's actually amazing hearing where people want to be and what they're missing. So I'm actually really honoured that people have asked me to draw these things for them. So that's been really lovely.
Totally good. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Take care. Bye.